He's a former Army officer, and he is actually the longest tenured ASAP instructor. So give it up for him with that, because ASAP's been around since 2015. And he has performed at the White House. Please give it up for Team Fred.
Give a round of applause for Monica. Yeah. I'm so glad to be here tonight with ASAP. Myself and Sherry were the lead instructors for the class. I feel like a parent watching kids graduate because we've been with your family members and friends for the last 6 weeks, and tonight is a culmination of the hard work that they put in. Couple of house rules. We're gonna laugh if it's not funny. All right, we gotta practice, and we're gonna laugh if it is funny. So what we're gonna do if it's not funny, we're gonna do what? If it is funny, no heckling, no booing. We are here to support your family members and friends that have worked hard for the last 6 weeks. So let's show them some love right now. Let's build up the energy in the room. One thing I want to tell ASAP, next year when we have the graduation, make sure it's not on Cinco de Mayo. All right. Because this can quickly turn from ASAP, the Armed Services Arts Partnership Program, to ASAP, the Army Substance Abuse Program. Let me take a drink. That's water, by the way. But I'm your host for the most. I'm going to be up here navigating with you guys tonight. We're going to have a good time. Like I said, I feel like a father figure watching these individuals graduate. Per my ASAP contract, I have to do some jokes up front. I'm not going to be up here long because I'm only a part-time comedian. I like being part-time because I don't have to work as long as the full-time comedians. The only downside about being part-time is that I'm not on salary. So I got to get very creative in the way I make money doing comedy. So this year I came up with an innovative way to make more money. All the shows that I do, ma'am, I don't charge a booking fee or a standard rate. I started charging ASAP like by the joke. So back to my opening statement, I'm not going to be before this group long. Not because I don't want to, I'm not talented enough. It's just the amount of money they gave me to come out here tonight perform, unfortunately, only allows me to tell 3 jokes. I'm sorry. I'm glad y'all laughed because that was actually my first joke. I ain't got but 2 left. The rest of y'all better get on board. Every time you laugh and smile, I subtract a joke. Okay, in conclusion, I want to say thank y'all for this opportunity. Gonna get ready to start the show. But no, ASAP took good care of me. I'm, like I said, I'm the longest tenured instructor. So they asked me how did I want to come to the event. I said I'm not a diva, but I got one travel request when I travel. I don't like driving long distances because I was airborne. I used to jump out of planes and I injured my knees. And they lock up on me when I drive long distances. So ASAP, don't even worry about it. We're going to fly you here. That's exciting. They say, matter of fact, we know you're a man of God. We're going to put you on the Lord's airline. I say, the Lord's airline? What airline is that? They talking about Spirit. I say, Lord Jesus, I wouldn't put my enemies on Spirit. Then they flew me out of Richmond. Today's event is in Virginia Beach. The only problem is I live in Suffolk. I had to ride by here to get to the airport. I get to the airport, that's when I realized Spirit is not a reputable airline. I get my boarding pass, I'm going through security. I'm trying to find the gate that I fly out of. Most airlines have a recognizable gate, like you fly out of gate A5 or B12. Family, my boarding pass said gate RDB. I had never heard of gate RDB before. I walked around 45 minutes trying to find this gate. Finally, I had to do something that most men wouldn't do. I had to ask for help. I went to the ticket counter. I said, I want to be late to the graduation, but where in the world is gate RDB? She gonna tell me that means round the back. I had never been round the back. I ain't know how to get round the back, but I went out the front, made a left. I went round the back. I get on this Spirit flight, 5 minutes to the flight, the plane starts shaking. The pilot came on intercom. He said, don't be alarmed. We experienced a little turbulence. Please hold on tight to your neighbor. I said, hold on tight to your neighbor. Because ASAP didn't pay me enough to buy a seatbelt, so I grabbed my neighbor, right? 5 minutes later, the plane started shaking so much the oxygen mask fell from the ceiling. At that point, all the passengers wanted to hold hands and pray. I learned how to pray for yourself. I said, Lord, whatever you do, don't let me down your airline. I said, but give me a sign that we're going to make it. And he said, Fred, look out the window. I said, I got bad anxiety. I can't raise this window shade. Look out and see this plane crash. And he came back a second time. He said, Fred, look out the window. I said, Lord, I love you. I said, okay. I raised the window shade. I said, Lord Jesus, we weren't even in the air. We was on 64 in the HOV lane. I said, Spirit is... What joke is that? 2 or 3? I feel like I done went over my time already. I got a daughter. I'm a father. My daughter wants to be a comedian because she comes with me to all the shows. She watches what I do and she writes her own little joke. We got a competition to see if y'all laugh at her joke louder than you laugh at mine. So just before we get started, before I tell her joke, y'all clap it up for my daughter who's here today with me celebrating. You gotta clap a little louder. She can't hear because she's in the car. She in the car. You gotta clap. She in the car. She can't hear because she's in the car. You gotta clap a little louder. She in the car. Don't worry about it. I gave her Benadryl. She sleep. She gave Benadryl, but she sleep. I gave her Benadryl, but she wrote a little joke, and I'm gonna tell her joke, and then I'm gonna bring up the first comedian. I'm gonna see if you like it. I usually don't drink when I do shows because I want to remember my jokes, and that's what we tell the students. But after one show, ma'am, I went to a church after the show at the church. Me and the deacons went out. We had a couple of drinks. I love that church. After the show, I drove home. I changed lanes on the highway, and I didn't use my signal. What you think happened? Woo! Police pulled me over. He came up, said, license and register. He said, Team Fred? I said, yeah, man. He said, I remember you at my grandma's church comedy show, man. Thank you so much. They're still talking about you. I thought I was going to get out the ticket, right, because he knew me. He said, man, I wish I would have known this show call. I said, why? I said, he said, because I thought you had a DUI because you were swerving. I already called it in. I got to give you the sobriety test. I said, well, today is not a good time to give me the test. I ain't ready for the test. He said, but don't worry about it. I'm going to ask you one question. You get it right, I'll let you go. The question he asked me to let me go, he said, name a major body part that began with the letter L. Name a major body part that began with the letter L. And I see everybody out here thinking, you thinking lungs, liver, or legs. I wish I'd have said one of those. I said elbow. Anyway, so y'all like my daughter's joke? Y'all like my daughter's joke? All right, you guys ready for your first comedian?